Hey everyone, just a quick little thing before we get right into the video, but I just wanted to show off some of the wonderful community submissions, the fan art for my character Beef and Monster Prom here on the channel that people have sent in due to stuff on the live streams or the episodes, and I greatly appreciate and am humbled by all the wonderful things that some people have sent in over the last little while, and it's truly amazing, and I love every single thing that everybody does for me, because it just comes from a place of just pure awesomeness. I don't know the proper words to describe this. It's hard for me to sort of wrap my head around the level of, affection and love that people have for the show and for my content. So I just wanted to put them up here as a thank you, and I hope everybody here appreciates the fan art scrolling by. And you know what, go hit them up on Twitter and everything. And if you've got fan art that you want to send in, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. I will absolutely love it, and I might feature it again in one of these little short blurbs before an episode. But that's enough for now, and on to the show. Once again, thank you so very much to everyone. Alright, hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Monster Prom, second term DLC, here on Bite Size Beefs. And today, we're going after another secret character, another new character, someone who might be with the side of the law, or could just be a fellow student. So, today we're going to go after that police report ending for the secret item, and I think the best person to combat that would be Amira. But, we need to select all the wonderful names. Actually, you know what? No, I think I've done that one before. I've done this combination. But you know what I haven't done before? Phoebe. I have not done Phoebe yet. A combination of Beef. Why not? We'll keep it she. Don't matter to me. And so let's go. Also today, I'm using the controller for reasons. I don't know why, I just wanted to use the controller, see how that was today. I've always used the mouse because it just feels better to me. But I've misclicked a few times, so no big. So once again, this is going to be a short game run, and you will need 8 money to buy the police report. So that means you're going to have at least one option of money in your first quiz here, or else you'll have to restart. It's not as bad as some of the $10 options for short games, but, it can happen. And of course, the first option we were supposed to choose had, the money option, and I pooched it, so I had to restart and get another one. So once again, none of these options for love interest matter. So pick a good boy, and we'll pick sunglasses at night. Because, prank masters. We don't see enough of those two around anymore. Polly and Scott. I love Polly and Scott. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Their friendship. I mean, they're all friends. Every single classmate here is friends. But we should start with 7 money, as predicted.
Let's do this!
Which means we have to go to the library and earn that last bit of cash so we can go to the lunchroom and speak with Valerie and get her to give us all that sweet, sweet items.
Scott and Polly pull you aside, one of them holding each of your arms. Whatever's going on, it's serious.
We need your help, bro. The midterm for AP Jump Scares is coming up tomorrow, and we're so unprepared. We tried everything we could think of to get ready. I rolled up the textbook and smoked it. That's not gonna help, Polly. The ink doesn't get you high. You know that. And I ate my homework. But nothing worked. We've only got one option left. We gotta cheat, bro. We just need to figure out how to do it without messing with the teacher. Or messing with the teacher. Either way, if you can help us, we'd be super grateful.
That's all the incentive you need. You look them up with your ultimate cheating technique.
You hook them up, not look them up. I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna look up my friends who are right in front of me. Just take the test like normal, then use this time machine and go back and change your answers. Or write all the answers on the teacher's face. He'll never see them there. But I believe we have the smart option with the time machine, so let's go with it. See, I told you Phoebe would have a time machine.
Polly reluctantly hands Scott $5.
Nice. Damn, Scott, you really are good at guessing when people have time machines. That's like the 5th $5 bill I've had to give you this week. I guess you've just got an incredible sense of timing. Now come on, let's grab a time machine and go screw up causality.
You were going to use that time machine to kill Monster Hitler, but this seems about as important. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun.
I love it. It's great. It's beautiful. The prank masters. I've also been trying to farm for all the secret characters and all the items between episodes, as I've been telling you every episode, but the thing is that I'm actually getting some secret endings that I thought I had already gotten. Like, I got Vera's, like, mob boss secret ending, which I could have swore I've got, like, 4 or 5 times now. But I guess it didn't, which is weird. So let's go speak with Valerie.
Hey, stranger.
Let's see, so what do we got? We need that sweet, sweet police report. This police report reveals one of your classmates has been doing crimes. You would never guess who. Pay me to learn more about it. Yeah.
Later,
Valerie, what do you know? Yeah, who would want to save money for their college fund when you can spend it on weird stuff that's most likely useless? That's the spirit, champ. I mean, you say most likely useless, but everything we buy from you is usually top-notch. Well, I mean, maybe if it's that gift and you give us coal, then the game becomes immaculately hard. And I hate it. So let's see. Where should we go? We got some smarts, some boldness, and creativity. So why don't we go creativity? Let's go creativity. I usually go boldness, but I think I neglect creativity a lot.
You notice Liam and Scott having a discussion? Scott looks confused and Liam looks bored, which means they're probably having an argument.
Look, not that I care, but aspiring to be a professional sports star is both impractical and passé.
Wait, you don't care? But you walked all the way over here just to tell me that. Plus, don't you want to, like, a professional magnetic ibuprofen?
Mimetic influencer. Try to keep up, Scott.
But how does one of those guys earn money?
Mimetic influencers don't earn money, Scott. We earn cultural capital.
Oh, okay. How much cultural capital does a sandwich cost?
I can see that I'm not getting through to you. Hey, you, could you explain this to this cretin why my career path is objectively the best?
Yeah, and also could you explain what a cretin is?
Let's see, Liam means he wants to be an artist, and artists are important. Who do you think designs all those sports jerseys? Actually, I think sports is the best career. I mean, how far can a mimetic influencer throw a football? Huh? I think the top answer is going to be our best because we've got smarts and creativity higher, so I don't know, let's go.
Awesome, bro. Whoa, artists do that? I always thought uniforms were designed by the same person who designed all my studly pecs. God. Liam, are you God?
Well, Scott, God is dead, but so am I, so essentially, yes.
So cool, I know God.
And Scott, did you know that God is just dog backwards, which you are? Good boy.
You wonder how long it will take for Scott to figure out Liam isn't actually God. In the meantime, you gain +2 creativity and +1 smarts.
Nice. We're not going for Liam, so creativity and smarts, well, they don't matter.
Let's do this!
Not all that much. Because usually a lot of his roots, some of the better answers, or stuff that correlate to him, you know, usually tie in with smarty smarts. So let's go ahead and get some more creativity. Let's make creativity our highest stat.
You're trying to figure out what to do with the police report you just stupidly bought when suddenly Vera shows up to answer that exact question. Hey, Valerie said she sold you a police report, I should see. She could have just given it to me directly without charging you money, but that's not the Oberlin way. Hand it over so I can read it. Oh man, you never considered actually reading the police report? This is why Vera is the criminal genius in your friendship? It says here that after numerous failed attempts to bring me to justice for many crimes, the Monstropolis Police Department has dispatched an undercover officer to Spooky School. Spooky High School? Oh, he's so scary he made me skip a word. This could prove to be a serious inconvenience, unless I can identify the agent. It says here their name is Officer Enchanted Armor. That could be literally anyone, but my money's on Liam. I've always suspected he has a suit of enchanted armor painted purple and sent here to destroy me.
Liam has been sent here to destroy us all.
Or perhaps it's...
Greetings, fellow kids!
I love that. Greetings, fellow kids. But you know what? I've been thinking about what voice I should give fellow student here. And one of my favorites would be, because I'm super into Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so one of my favorites would be like the straight up like New York, Brooklyn, Italian cop accent that's really hokey and comes from the 80s. So I've just got to try, you know? Hey, yo, hello, fellow students. What a fine day it is for sharing casual gossip. Any hot crimes we're doing this weekend?
Ugh. Okay, wow. Bye. No sooner does Vera leave than Scott appears, his nose to the ground.
Oh, hey guys, I just saw Vera leaving this place very quickly, and the last time I saw her leaving a place quickly, I found a lot of fresh, delicious meat inside. But it doesn't look like there's any delicious meat this time. Just a normal, non-suspicious friends. Hello, friends.
Yeah.
Sup, bro?
He's doing the shaka too.
Sup, bro?
I love it. It's great.
I don't know who you are, but you just used 2 words I use in the same order I use them. You must be really cool.
Speaking of things that are cool, have you done the latest, most cool internet challenge in the World Wide Web? It is called snitching, and all the rad youths are doing it.
Oh man, I had no idea. Thanks for telling me. I don't want to miss out on this cool internet challenge like I missed out on the gallon of salt challenge. How do I do snitching?
Yeah.
It's easy, dude. Just let me record you while you talk about your favorite Vera's crimes. It's great. I love it.
Oh, I can do that. My favorite Vera's crime is...
No, you can't let Scott sell out Vera. You've got to stop him, but you've got to do it subtly and without getting stopped between the words got to stop and him.
Scott, wait. My Insta feed just told me that snitching is last week's challenge. The hot new thing is to record yourself opening a successful pizza restaurant. No, Scott, choosing a favorite crime wouldn't be fair to all the great crimes Vera's done. The other crimes would be sad. Oh, that's great. So, if your creativity is your higher stat than charm, you're going to want to go with the pizza option. If your charm is higher than your creativity, you're going to want to, tell Scott that it might make Vera's crime sad. So our creativity is at the top of the charts, so why don't we pizzeria?
Wow, that was close. If Fee wasn't so up on the hot new trends, we totally would have done a stupid old challenge.
Yes, that would have been a tragedy.
Now, instead of talking about boring old crimes, we get to open a pizza restaurant together. Isn't that great?
My commanding officer told me I have to do the terrible things in this job, but I never expected this. Hey, whoa, pizza, that's a stereotype.
What was that? Cool, fun high school friend?
I never expected this to be so fleek.
Sounds like you want to be the first investor in Scott's Very Good Boy Pizza.
Well, I'm not sure that's a very sound investment.
Oh, what? I thought you were cool, bro.
I am cool. I am very extremely cool. I'm chillin'. In fact, I suppose I can tap into my operational slush fund. I mean, regular high school money account.
Hooray!
Hooray! Oh, and looks like I'm getting a text message from somebody named Not Vera. She says she wants to contribute $10,000 of totally clean money to my legitimate business venture for non-money laundering purposes.
Lame.
Curses, always one step behind.
Behind what?
The trends, which I care about because I am a high school student just like you, bro.
Oh yeah, trends are my favorite. Now let's go start a thriving business about pizza.
Scott loves pizza. Remember the ending about the drugs and how Scott was so concerned that pizza wasn't real? Good boy, Scott. Fighting for the real pizza that matters.
Phew, that was close. As a way of saying thank you for covering for her and for helping her establish another shell company, Vera kicks you back 2 money and you also gain +1 smarts.
Nice. Thanks, Vera. But now it's time to sit with people at lunch.
Let's do this.
Who should we sit with at lunch? I mean, we could go Wolfpack, but I wonder if we sit with Scott, if there will be like an intermittent thing. Because some people have been saying that if you sit with certain people that are involved in certain endings at lunchtime, that you can get extra stuff. But, I missed a couple of them, so oh well. That's why you get the unique stuff in the games with the playthroughs with the different peoples on the internets.
As you approach Scott and Miranda's table, you see the entire table is covered in exotic silverware.
Oh, what's this one for?
That's the forking spoon. It's a spoon for picking up your forks so that you don't have to touch them with your fingers.
And that one?
That's the tuning fork. It's for making sure all your other silverware is tuned to A minor, as is proper.
What about this one?
That's the dairy knife. It's for milk.
Wow, do people ever invent new silverwares?
All the time, but none of them are any good. It would take a genius of true subtlety to improve on the existing canon.
A genius of true subtlety, you say? Genius and subtlety are your middle fucking names. You suggest the ultimate new silverware.
The salad harp, or hands. I want to see the option for the salad harp. Let's invent the salad harp.
A harp? For salad? Why has no one thought of this before?
Because it's hard to eat a salad with a harp.
Cretin, who said anything about eating?
Isn't that what silverware is for, though, Miranda?
Perish the thought. The true purpose of silverware is to give your hands something to do while you're elegantly avoiding your food. And nothing is more elegant than playing a subtle lament on a harp while your serfs eat your salad for you. My serfs will finish my lunch for me. I'm off to have a harp commissioned.
Miranda takes you harp shopping with her. It's a real bonding experience. Afterwards, you both ignore a salad together at a fancy restaurant.
Nice. That's exactly what I do every time I go out to the restaurant. I ignore the salad and go straight for that burg.
But that's why I'm a chunky boy.
That's not true. I actually do enjoy a good salad. But like a huge salad, like Seinfeld levels big salad. So let's see here now. We could keep on with the creativity, but I bet you the cop is probably going to be outside here where everybody's raving. I feel that's where Vera's probably going to try and hide out in the crowd, and so that's where he's going to be. And plus, I just really love this Polaroid. It's great. With the fire swooshes and the hair and the dancing. It's wonderful.
You spot Polly trying to figure out whether Liam or Zoe is the purplest. This seems like a better use of your time than learning, so you join in.
Okay, so straight up, I think they're different shades of purple. I'm not even going to get into it. But there's blue purples and there's red purples, and you can't compare those two different types of purples because one is more red and one is more blue. You can only compare shades on the same scale. Get me? Feel me? All right, cool.
Okay, well, obviously Zoe is the most vivid shade of purple.
But this isn't about shade, Polly. This is about the concept of purpleness itself.
Ooh, I ate the concept of purpleness back when I ruled the Nether Realms. That's why I'm so purple.
But my suspenders are purple.
But what is purple really? Discuss.
Just then, the walking suit of enchanted armor that claims to be a high school student comes clanking into the conversation.
I fucking told you. Straight up, he's going to be trying to step in on all this fun. Yo, what is up, fellow kids? Asking each other questions, I see. That's LOL. I have a question we can all have a fun time trying to answer. Which of Vera's crimes is the crimiest?
Hold on.
Did you just describe something as lol?
Are you having a stroke, sir?
Yeah, audible gulp.
What? No way. Eat my pants, bro. I am just an ordinary, healthy, 16 years old high school students like yourselves. Twerking! God, it's so fun making him so dorky. It's great. I love it.
Eat your pants?
16?
Oh. Student!
Who at this school is 16? I thought high school students were supposed to be in their 20s at least. That's what I learned from watching the human documentary Saved by the Bell.
Oh, that's so good. So, for those of you who don't know that reference, Saved by the Bell and most like teenage high school stuff usually uses actors who are like older than 18 or out of high school who look younger. It's sort of to kind of capture that demographic. It's hilarious. I love it. I love that they actually knew that and they put that in here. That's wonderful. So yeah, so they usually go like half demographic higher. So like if you're doing a kids show about like 10-year-olds, you're going to have like 14 or 15-year-old kids. If you're doing it about like teenagers in high school, like 16 to 18, you're probably going to have like 18 to 24-year-old kids doing it. Or I guess at that point, adults. So yeah, that's just a cool little behind-the-scenes thing for y'all.
Yeah, the renowned documentary Saved by the Bell is the guideline Monster Society used to build its successful education system.
Egads, it looks like my cover is blown. I must confess, I'm actually a 43-year-old
There's no shame in being in your 40s in Polish. I'm in my 400s and with a great appreciation of mid-European culture.
I'm older than the mortal concept of time.
I'm dead.
You see, being a millennial dirtbag isn't about age, it's about a state of mind.
You know what? That's the first thing Liam said where I can get behind and approve. But how can I achieve this mind state?
Don't worry, we'll help you. Especially Phoebe. She is probably the most millennial of us all.
Yo, Zoe, don't even come at me with that shit, alright?
Sure, that's a thing. So, what's the one thing that really defines a millennial?
To be a true millennial, you've got to be blamed for ruining an industry that was becoming obsolete anyway. To be a true millennial, you need a job so hard to explain that not even you are sure why you're getting paid. So, if your smarts are higher than your creativity, you're going to go with that industry option. If your creativity is higher than your smarts, you're going to want to become that millennial where you're getting paid for a job that you don't even understand yourself. And I believe we're more creative, so let's get paid for doing something that we don't even know what the heck we're doing. In that case, it seems I have no chance of ever being a millennial. My job is much too simple.
Really? What's your job?
I'm not sure it would be wise to say. That's okay. We can come up with a new job for you. That's way more obscure.
Obscure is my middle name. I change my middle name every day to stay ahead of the trends.
Ooh, how about public relations consultant for dogs?
Or vice president in charge of grocery store font sizes for potato chips specifically. Oh my god, that's great. It's brilliant.
Or internet personality.
I feel personally attacked. What about undercover police officer hired to infiltrate a high school in order to bring a business gorgon to justice despite looking nothing like a high school student?
Now you're getting it. All that's left is to actually get you one of those jobs.
To Craigslist!
You take to the internet, and within the hour, you've gotten your new friend a job as Thought Cycle Synergizer. You gain +2 smarts and +1 boldness.
A thought cycle synergizer, huh? That sounds like a made-up thing that people are paying way too much money for.
Let's do this!
But speaking of a made-up thing that people are paying way too much money for, let's go to the auditorium. I have no idea how that correlates. I need to segue, you guys, and not one of the things that I can stand on and ride.
You spot Damien, Calculaster, and Scott all talking to that shady suit of armor that's been lurking around school. You get a little bit closer to make sure they're not snitching on Vera's web crimes, or web of crimes, or her web crimes. I'm sure she is multifaceted in her physical and online crimes.
And that's how Calculaster convinced everyone that he was an actual student instead of a library computer.
Affirmative. My success was in part due to the clever disguise I used to pass as a student.
That disguise was so good, maybe even too good. Ever since then, we've all been super careful to never be fooled by a disguise again.
Yeah, I pity the poor bastard who tries to pass as a student now. There's no way he could trick us.
Anyway, enough about that unrelated anecdote. Will you buy us booze?
But, bros, buying alcohol for persons under 21 years of age is illegal. As a Polish person, I am opposed to illegal activities. You know what's cool? I'm in Canada. That 21 should be 19, in which case some of these students should be allowed to purchase the alcohols. Some boozes, if you will. God.
I'm over 21 years of age. Damien is too.
I am only 1 year old, but I am very mature for my age.
The problem is that I've been banned from the liquor store ever since I used it for jousting practice.
And I just have a really hard time buying things. It's like, do you spend the money or do you eat it? Who's to say?
Come on, dude, alcohol's not so bad. Stop being so PC.
That is me. I am a PC.
PC, police cop. Nope, not me, that's for sure. It's just that I am definitely not a police cop. Winners don't do drugs, and alcohol is technically a drug, bro.
Wow, lame. Find a way to convince this guy to buy everybody booze.
The alcohol isn't for drinking, it's to treat a wound. This wound. Then stab Damien. Yo, I don't want to stab Damien. We're just trying to support the local liquor store owner through hard times. You believe in small businesses, don't you, Mr. Enchanted Armor? So, if our boldness is higher than our charm, we stab Damien. And I would say even with an 8 boldness, it's probably not enough to be wanting to stab Damien, but in this case, it'll work. And then if your charm is higher than your boldness, you're going to want to try and charm him into helping out those small businesses. So our boldness is 8, our charm is 3. Let's stab Damien. I don't want to, but shanky shanks.
You stab Damien to convince an undercover cop to buy you booze. You're sure he'll understand.
Ow, what the fuck? I'll kill you, you piece of shit.
No time for that, Damien. You're bleeding from a wound that mysteriously appeared on your body. We need alcohol to clean it.
Clever ruse complete. Probability of success 12%.
Word.
My word! Why did you not say so before, my jabronis?
Jabronis.
I will immediately procure the aforementioned alcohol.
Jägermeister, it's really good for wounds.
Coolio.
Affirmative, bro. I will not let you down. Double bro.
Success.
Updating success probability to 99%. Given new variables, it is very difficult to see fine details when you are a living flame inside a suit of armor. Also, subject appears to be an idiot.
Oh, he's the idiot? You're lucky I'm about to get shit-faced, Phoebe, because it'll obliterate any memory of your cruel betrayal.
Hey, the ends justify the means. You gain +2 fun and +1 boldness. Don't hate the player, Damien. Hate the game.
It's noon. We get to sit with whomever we want, and I want to sit with maybe potentially Scott again? Well, it doesn't. Yeah, that's Scott. Oh, maybe Vera. Maybe Vera and Liam will have something to say about the enchanted armor. Let's go.
You approach Liam and Vera at their table, but before you can sit down, Vera holds up a hand.
Pathetic.
Stop. This is the cool people table, where only cool people are allowed.
I would agree with that, with what Vera just said, but agreeing is something only uncool people do. Wouldn't you agree, Vera?
Nice try, Liam, but I think we're getting away from the point. This interloper still wants to sit with us.
Well, if she wants to sit with us, she is going to have to prove she's as cool as we are. But without, trying to prove it, trying is uncool.
So, what's it gonna be?
Well, I guess I'll be going then, because there's no way anyone could ever be as cool as Liam. Let me ask you this. Would an uncool person be giving Vera 50 monster dollars right now? How about we just choose the Liam option, because we never choose Liam's option, so we're gonna do it.
Wait, was that sarcasm?
No, of course not. Phoebe was clearly being totally sincere.
There it was again. Are you two doing this on purpose?
Now, why on earth would we do that?
Gah, I can't tell whether you're being sincere or ironic. It's so cool. Ugh. Everyone knows clear and efficient communication is the least cool thing of all. You wooed me with your open disdain for language.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Exactly.
Vera and Liam invite you to sit with them and chat. By the end of lunch, none of you has any idea of what anyone else meant. So, cool, I guess. I don't know, I'm the narrator. They don't invite me to the lunch tables.
Let's do this.
And for our final act, let's see, if I was to be a cop, and I was to hang around the auditorium, and then the outdoors, I'm thinking the last place I'd hunt for Vera would probably be the bathrooms. You know? Because she seems like a very person who might do some illicit dealings, bro, out of the bathrooms. So let's see if he's here. Spoiler alert, he will be!
But suddenly you get distracted by some ruckus caused by Scott, who seems to be super enthusiastic about something.
I'm telling you, fellow student, I'm pretty sure Cindy is into you.
I do not know, Scott. She's the girlfriend of Johnny Karate.
Johnny Karate!
And I might be kind of old for her.
Nonsense, bro. She's a lich. She's like 200 years old or something.
Oh,
Lame-o.
still, I'm not sure. Johnny Karate is already mad at us after we defeated his band in the rock band contest the other day. Scott, goddammit, what are you doing?
Well, Vera, so the other day, fellow student and I were at the Battle of the Bands, and Johnny Karate sabotaged our equipment, but then fellow student rocked the best guitar solo ever, and then Cindy showed up and you'd never imagine what happened next.
Ugh, stop it, Scott. Can't you see that this guy isn't what he says he is? He's using the most obvious disguise ever. I mean, nobody holds a skateboard anymore.
A disguise? Whoa, I don't know, but it's true you're the master of disguises, like last week when you dressed as a security guard to rob that bank.
Scott. Aha! Be ready for a twist. You might have never seen this coming, but I am, in fact, a naughty student.
Donut.
Gasp!
Now you're under arrest for,
Also, I didn't want to make the comment on it, but that's totally Dan Avidan, Danny Sexbang from Game Grumps and Ninja Sex Party, and also Starbomb. Yeah, I know. I gave him the accent. I shouldn't have. I should have given him a Danny Sexbang accent, but I can't. I can't do a Danny Sexbang accent, okay?
I'm an undercover cop who has been astutely gathering proof of Vera Oberlin's crime empire, and you just gave me everything I needed to send her to jail once and for all.
Fellow student, stop! Leave Vera alone. You say she has to go to jail because she's a criminal and an unethical person? But one time, I went to a party with her in a very fancy attic, and she told me she would love to have a fancy attic herself one day. So I can assure you, Vera is not unattical. She's absolutely all about attics. Also, she might be a criminal, yes, but aren't we all criminals in our hearts? Yes, she might have committed murder and extortion and money laundering, but she used that very clean money to buy me some burgers last night, so I think her biggest crime has been the crime of caring for her friends. Haven't you committed that crime too? I know you did. I know you deep down you care. Please don't tell me our friendship is fake, Mr. Fellow Student. And now you're telling me you weren't our classmate all this time, but an undercover cop? You know what I think? Maybe you thought you were a cop trying to catch Vera all this time, but in reality you were an undercover friend. Think about it. No, really, think about it. My head is hurting a bit for talking so much thoughts at once.
Scott, I didn't want to betray your trust. You're a good person and I appreciate it, but it's my job, bro. Fellow student seems to have doubts. Maybe he just needs a gentle push in the right direction to stop Vera going to prison and stop Scott from being sad.
The ultimate double whammy. We don't want Vera to go to prison because she's hot and we love her, and Scott's a good boy and doesn't deserve to be sad. So, it just comes down to it. If you stop being a fellow student, you'll have to stop using your signature kick-ass baseball cap. You look too good in that baseball cap to just give up on it now. You can't do this, fellow student. Remember all the good moments we shared over summer camp. Flashback, flashback, flashback. So if your fun is higher than your charm, you're going to want to go with the baseball cap option. If your charm is higher than your fun, you're going to want to go with summer camp. So let's go, our fun is 8 and our charm is 3, so let's go with that baseball cap, because let's face it, that police helmet kind of makes him look like a penis. Oh, do you really mean it?
If it keeps me from going to jail, then yes.
Are you kidding? You're the coolest kid in town, fellow student, and that baseball cap is part of your identity. Without it, who would you be?
I guess Officer Enchanted Armor?
No, that is absolutely not cool.
But I want to be cool. This makes me sad, Scott. Please, teach me to be cool.
Does it? Hard to tell. Let me help.
Drew eyes on him. Thank you, Scott. But can't I keep the baseball cap and send Vera to jail? No, that's against the rules. Also, sending Vera to jail also makes you sad. Does it? Yes. Let me show you.
Whoa!
What? No. Oh no, the tears down my helmet. They're so enchanted. Now I'm going into like a different voice somehow. Oh my god.
Vera is right. Look at this mirror, fellow student. You are sad.
Huh.
I am.
You should listen to your feelings, fellow student, even if they're just made of crayon.
Gotta stay fresh.
You're right. Maybe being a cop is just a defense mechanism because I'm afraid to give in. Into the adventure of youth, bro.
Yes.
Sure. Scott and fellow student jump and high-five in the air while a rad guitar riff sounds out of nowhere. They stay frozen in the air. Somehow, you gain +2 fun and +1 boldness out of the awesomeness of the moment.
The awesomeness of the moment, bro.
Vera leaves before fellow student changes his mind. Everyone wins.
Everyone does win. And as with all endings that involve some of these weird, like, tertiary or even 4th level characters, you ask nobody to prom.
Here we go!
With a nice fiery, here we go!
Let's do this!
Let's do this indeed.
You ask no one to prom because who needs a date for prom when you can go stag with your most tubular friend ever?
Coolio.
Hey, Phoebe, you want to go to proms together as Coolio friends? That's so fleek, bro! I was so
Tubular.
focused on being an undercover cop that I forgot that life isn't about justice, it's about being tubular, dude. Totally tubular, dude. Bros before laws. We should have crazy adventures and high-five forevers. Let's bust a move. And you live a totally tubular life. You all made an oath that you would lose your virginity during that summer. And it was super easy since all you seem to do this game is flirt and fuck monsters, so most of you weren't even virgins to begin with. This would be an issue for fellow student who had totally forgotten he had a wife and 3 children back at home, but that would be a problem to care about in the fall. Because that summer was fleek.
Jump the shark.
Let's jump the shark. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Enchanted Armor doing a sick kick flip. Damien's totally into it. Look at Damien. He's like, yeah! Zoe is also in awe. And Vera is still probably in shock that there's a cop in her midst. She probably doesn't enjoy that at all.
You won the Battle of the Bands. You worked together in a burger joint, even if it meant fellow student had to leave the force. And by the end of summer, fellow student and Cindy kissed. Johnny Karate was so mad. LOL.
Man, this might be a controversial opinion, and it might get me in hot water, and people are probably going to tweet at me telling me how bigoted I am. But fuck Johnny Karate. Don't even know who Johnny Karate is. But fuck that guy. Cindy, ex-fellow student forever. Zoe, get on it. Write that fanfic. So there you go. That was the Enchanted Armor / fellow student ending, where a cop comes in and tries to nail Vera, but you can't. The only time you're ever going to nail Vera is if you get the proper ending. That's it. There will be no ending for crimes, and I have to escape this because the music will do things. And I've unlocked 2 new images in the gallery, but no new items. And don't worry, like always, I'll go and fish for that last item that we still need to get the very last character secret ending. And I'm sure you all know who it is by now, but it'll be the narrator. And I'm going to spend the next few days, if I, don't get called into work every day like I have been for the last week, but I'm going to absolutely try and farm to try and get the narrator and do that route for you guys for next week. As soon as possible, really. I try and get these as soon as possible, but usually it takes me 3 or 4 or 5 days to get them, so that's why they're like a week staggered. But thank you all for joining me on another wonderful episode of Monster Prom Second Term DLC here on Bite Size Beefs. And don't forget to check out all the links in the description below. There's your link to subscribe, there's your link to hit my Twitter, hit my Instagram, and there might even be another secret link down there for your consideration if you decide you'd like to be generous towards the channel. But thank you all for joining me, and until next time...
I can't wait to see how Beef wants to court me, the narrator, who likes to end these episodes off, but he rarely ever lets me do it. He's kinda cool that way, so maybe everything will go in his favor. Wink wink, nudge nudge, say no more, say no more.